Okay, alright, seems like our register API is working. So what I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna take the response and save it in the state. And after we register, we have to redirect the user to confirm as SMS confirmation page. So first I'm gonna check our response again. I'm gonna disable this because I don't want it to send when I'm testing. Send the SMS when I'm testing because it gonna you're gonna lose some money from the Twilio account because I'm using the live mode account, not the testing mode. And then let's go back here and check it again. Oh, I forgot that this number is already registered, so I'm gonna remove it again. And then let's test it again. Okay, here our response. And here our response. So easier to debug, I'm gonna use Postman instead. Alright, here our response. So I think the data here, let's check it first. Register. You see here it is not a good object for response because it contains these three. So I'm gonna filter the response a little bit. Register here, I'm gonna create one resource. Let's say PHP artisan make resource. I will say let's check this first. Let's say user resource. Okay, and then I'm gonna move this one. I'm gonna call new user resource. Okay, and then let's filter it a bit. What I'm gonna turn the ID. In here you can pass the. You can also hide them. Let's go here. You can say protect hidden. Or you want to hide any field, you can put it here. So I'm gonna hide the password. Okay. And then in here I'm gonna return only three field only. Username, password, oh sorry, phone number. Okay, try it again. Oops. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna first, after we get a response, we're gonna display this message to the user, and then we're gonna save this data to our state, and then push the screen to SMS verification screen. So first I'm gonna install one library called React Native Snakebar. So I'm gonna install here. Alright, so I'm gonna use this. import. I will write found this function to our util folder. I will call it show message. Then we export it here, so message, and we will tag one string export. I'm gonna check this. Oops. Snack bar here. So to show the snack bar, we're gonna find a snack bar. So the option with that text, MSC, and then our duration for the snack bar dot length long. This one is you have the action, so I'm gonna pass the option here. Let's check this first. Option snack bar. Let's check it at how that type. Option snack bar option. Okay, it had the option too, so I'm gonna merge it here. Let's say if the option exists, this one. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna use this function inside here. Port so message from util, and then gonna call it here. So message respond dot message. Check it again. Respond message from data, not so I'm gonna accept the message from the data instead. Message here. Okay, and if this doesn't have a message, gonna say empty, and then let's set state to our let's say this one. Define one another type. I will call user. This one can be undefined, and user should be wait gonna define one user type in here. Say export interface. I register user. Say t here. This one, like we can copy this and pass it here. So anyone want to you can install one extension that called object to type, so you can use that extension to convert this kind of object to our interface. So here I'm gonna copy this to over here. Alright, so let's go back here. We're gonna define one type to user, this. Then I'm gonna import I register user from types. This one. Okay, and then gonna set this here. Let's say it's loading to false, and then I'm gonna move this from to here, and then we're gonna set user user to respond dot data dot, check it again, dot data dot data dot item. Okay, and then we got our user. After that, first I'm gonna change this first. Gonna show message 2. This message should be error dot data dot message unable to handle the request. Okay. Alright, after that we're gonna set let's say register success. It should be boolean. The default should be false, and then this one we're gonna set the register success to. Say true. After that, this one should be ignore first. Okay, after that I'm gonna go back to our register page here. I'm gonna use effect to listen to that state. React here, gonna call use state. So we're gonna take this one. I think I should call something like this. Register is loading. Use store state here. Okay, and then gonna take register success. Okay, I'm gonna use effect to check this is it true. I'm gonna redirect this page to our register opt here. Use effect. Oops. So use effect. Alright. Okay. This one should be, I'm gonna take the register success dependency. So this one is it true. We're gonna redirect to register opt. So I'm gonna call screen dot push. This one is component ID. Component ID, and this one is register opt. Alright, so I think it should be work for. Oh, another one, I'm gonna add the loading indicator here when it is register. So let's check first. So in this custom button we have another prop called icon source. We take the function and we can return the loading indicator when it is loading. So I'm gonna import activity from React Native here, or the indicator, activity indicator. So I'm going to return this one. Icon source. Oh, this one should be inside the button prop. Sorry. And this one should be like this. Okay. Then I'm gonna check this. So let's change the style first. I'm gonna call this color. Can use color here. Maybe use colors. I'm gonna have some style here. Let's say style. Margin right. 5, I guess. Okay. Let's use MS instead. 5. Alright, so this one should be let's say if loading is loading, check here first. Okay, it's loading or not, return null. Oh, this one should be here. Turn null here. Okay, and then I'm gonna hit register. Alright, so the message is displayed and it's redirected to SMS confirmation page. Alright, so for this register screen should be done. And then we gonna go to our register OPT here. First, we don't want it to always redirect back because the register success is still true. So after that, this one is lost. This page is lost. We should remove the set this register success to false. So I'm gonna call use store here, and then I'm gonna set this when mount use store dot set state register success false. Okay, so we're gonna take first we're gonna get the user here, the register user. Can get cons con register let's just say user, and then we can use store state dot user if the user is undefined. So let's say we're gonna use effect here too. If this undefined, so let's pop the screen because there are no register user that just register. So we're gonna say screen dot pop. Okay, then you third our component ID here. So if this user does not exist or undefined, so we're gonna pop the screen. Alright. Okay. Alright, so let's try it again. Okay, so this one we want to when user enter all the 6-digit code, we gonna send a request to confirm the message. Let's say const code set code use state one from React. Alright, so this set code gonna pass it here. So we need to check this one. I'm gonna call user fake. Gonna listen to this code, and then we gonna if this code equal to this code exists and its length equal to 6 digit, we gonna fire the request. So let's check first. Console fire confirmation like this. So after that we gonna go to our store here. I will create another slice. I think it is okay to create it here, I guess. So I will say this one, verify register by SMS like this. This one EP void 2. Then we will have verify system by SMS. This one should be a SYN. Alright, this one we take we gonna send data should be have the phone number and code. So let's go to our tab here. I'm gonna say export. Let's check here, it's easier, I guess. Init code and phone number. So this one, check here, export interface. I verify register account. We have code is string, and we have phone number is string too. So after that we're gonna pass it here. And then we're gonna call it here too. And then we're gonna fire our API. So I'm gonna copy all this. Okay. First we set the loading, and then we will call one API. I will call it verify register account. This one should be verify. I want that state I have the same name. Verify register account. This one should be verify register account too. Okay. And then this one we make request to our endpoint here. verify user, post data. This one should be I verify register account. This gonna remove this. Okay, then we can call this in our slice here. Alright, okay, I think we should test it for now. We're gonna handle it later to make sure it works. So I'm gonna console run the response again. Oops, it's already half. And then the error is okay. And then let's try it in our register OPT here. This one to take the user as dependency too, because it is the I think this one we should call it another name. I will call it register user. So this one, when user enter the segregate code, we gonna fire the this one I should call it here. Register user is loading, and this is verify account. So after this, I'm gonna fire the verify account here. So I'm gonna pass two things. The one is code. Code should be code, and then phone number. Phone number should be we get from register user. Then we just register, and we have the phone number. My bad. Okay. After this, we gonna add the loading indicator here. So this thing we gonna use many times. So I'm gonna change our custom button a bit. One prop here. Call is loading. Two is loading. Okay, and then go back here. The same. Oops, not this one. I think when we send it, we have to disable, right? Okay, that's not here. How to call it inside button props. Disable equal to is loading. When it's loading, should disable this resend. And this one also should be disable. Editable, I guess. Okay. It's loading. Oh, this one should be like this. Okay. Okay, now we can edit it. I think I have to remove the to make this option import uncontrolled to make it work, I guess. Alright, so let's hit it again. Okay, so here I'm going to enable this back. Enter the code. Alright, so it is invalid. So I'm gonna check our database here. And then the last one is this one, 52. Zero. Okay, your account is verified successfully. So our register here, verify register account is working properly. Okay, so I'm gonna try again. Okay, check this. Okay, I'm gonna check the log. Here we got the data and a set token. So I'm gonna first, what I'm gonna do, let's first I'm gonna store the token to user slice. I'm gonna use gonna create a user slice after this, and then I'm gonna set the user to user slice 2, and then we can gonna listen to that. I'm gonna redirect to authenticate screen. Okay, so first we have to persist this token. So we gonna use some library. I will use async-storage with a simple one. Before I'm gonna use React Native MKV, but this library doesn't work properly. Okay, I'm gonna install it here. Install it here. And I'm gonna create another slice called create user slice, and then this one should have let's say this one should have users t.ts, and then modify one interface called a user, what have ID, username, phone number, verify add. Okay, so it has another vehicle created it. Alright, this one should be enough, and then after this, in user slice, I'm gonna remove all this first. Okay, this one should be create user slice, and this one should have user should be user, and then we will have is authenticated to define if this user is currently authenticated by checking the token if it expire or not. Okay, let's say it is boolean, and then we have another one called token. called string 2. Alright, so after this we're gonna have this one user and we undefined first. Is authenticated is false, and token is undefined too. Alright, so this one I will call it the user slice. So we're gonna import this in our store here. Say import from get user slice, and this one should be is us t user slice, create user slice. This one the type should be add with t user slice here. Then we're gonna structure it here, set get. Okay, we set up our user slice. So after this, after we verify the register account, we will get the set token here. So I'm gonna set the token in here, where we will call set token here. Okay, and the token we get from the response here, response dot data dot access token. Okay, and then the user should be response data. I think we can say something like this: const equal to response data here, rest data, then just call it here. It's much shorter. Okay, it should be user. Alright, this one. After we set this, we also have to set a loading false, and register user also undefined. Okay. Alright, so it should be work. After this, we have to create one listener. So we're gonna subscribe, listen to the token. Oh, another one, we have to set this is authenticated to true, right? This one. Alright, so after this, I'm gonna listen to the token. If the token exists, I'm gonna redirect the whole, gonna set the root to the authenticate screen instead of this guest screen. Alright, so I'm gonna set up the persist middleware. So first I'm gonna import the persist from sustain middleware, and I'm gonna add one more called subscribe selector to this one to persist our state to the storage, and this one we can subscribe the specific selector key. So to set up, we need to wrap this set and get inside the persist. I will subscribe this one first, and another one is persist one more, I guess. Okay, so we wrap it here. So now we have to set the name of the storage that we're gonna persist. So I'm gonna name it dispatcher storage. And then in this we will have another property called get storage. This one return the storage that we're gonna use. So I'm gonna use async-storage here. If you use another storage like React Native MKV, you have to set up based on the sustain documentation. But this one we just define it here directly. And we will have another property here. I will use let's say partialize. This property is to return a state that we want to persist. So I'm gonna return the token only. We're gonna persist only the token. State token. Okay. And I think we should also persist the user, I guess. State.user. Okay. After that it has another property here called on rehydrate storage. To this one is an event that fire after the storage initialize and hydrate to the state. So this one we can check is the state is already hydrated. To do that, I'm gonna create another slice here. I will call it create default slice. So this one we will have something like this, has hydrated and set has hydrated. So this one the has hydrated is true. It means that our storage has been passed back to the state already. So this one I'm gonna report it here. T from create default slice here. T default slice. This one we can pass it here. Set and get. Alright, so this one, when this one is finished, I'm gonna this one, it has the function here. We can return this one to check if on hydrate is successfully or it has finished properly. So is it finished properly? I'm gonna set state. We can use state dot we gonna call this function here, set has hydrated to true. It means that this storage has been hydrated successfully. After this, I think we go for this store setup. So after that, I'm gonna add a listener. We're gonna subscribe it here. First, we gonna hydrate our store. So to do that, we use store here from store and use store. This one to hydrate, we use state dot persist dot rehydrated. So when our app initialize, we have to hydrate our storage to the state. Example, like we have the token in our storage. So when the app initialize, it will hydrate our token in the storage to our state. Okay. After that, we're gonna add another one in here. I will call it listen subscribe the token, the user token. So I will call it use store dot subscribe, and then we can so here it has this one. You can subscribe it here like this. So subscribe, we can subscribe only the state, the token only, and then we will have the function new token and previous token. Okay, make sure that if you want to select the token like this, you have to wrap you have to use subscribe with selector here to able to use select the token like this. Okay, so this one we check is our token is exist, new token is exist. We gonna redirect let's say, okay, redirect to let's say to authenticated screens, and this one it will redirect back to guest screen. Okay, I will create one function to check the token. So I will say check token screen is odd. Let's say if the parameter pass is true, is odd, we're gonna return this one. This one should be returned like this, home. If the is odd is not authenticated, we send back the home page is the guest screen. So is odd, we return back the authenticate screen. But right now we don't have it, so I'm gonna pass it the login for now. Okay, but I think we should just create one. So let's register the screen to our screen here. After that, we go back to our app TS here. And this one I'm gonna get this dashboard screen instead. So in our app here, we gonna do something like this instead. First we check, we get the token. This one is not a React functional component, it's just a normal function. So we to access the state here, we use token use store dot get state, and then what state we want to get, token. Okay, so and then we can return back the check this one. Then we pass the token is not undefined, so it means that its token is not undefined. It means that it is authorized, so it is authorized, it will return back the dashboard here. But it is, if it not, it gonna get a home screen here. Alright, and in here we have to use the navigation here. I'm gonna import from navigation. Things should be navigation, I guess. Okay, so this one I'm gonna say navigation dot set root, and then we're gonna return this check token here, and then we're gonna check the new token is not equal to undefined. I'm gonna remove this because it's gonna check it here. Alright, and then I'm gonna console.run here, previous token, gonna check another one, new token, okay. Alright, so I think now it should work. So let me run the project. Alright, so let's test this out. Get started. Okay, and then register. Okay, now it's sent. Then I check our confirmation code. This 1 2 1 7 3 2 H. Okay, now you see we redirect back to our authenticate dashboard. Okay, to make sure it's working, you can refresh the page here. You see? So it will always redirect to authenticate dashboard because the token is available. Okay, that's all for this video. Do not forget to subscribe for upcoming videos.